That leads me to another question. Besides the geographical overlap, in terms of voter concentration, so, I understand that Santa Ana is not in your district, and it's the largest city in CD 47, but it's also low in terms of actual voter participation. So, I guess the point I'm getting at is while your district represents 30% of the 47th, geographically, is the percentage of voters you represent higher than that?
Geographically, it may be higher, and it's been proven in various elections in the past, both in Garden Grove as well as in the first supervisorial district. But having said that, I don't disregard Santa Ana at all. I think Santa Ana is a very important city. It's our county seat. And fortunately, I have deep roots in Santa Ana as well.
Is that right?
My father taught at Valley High School, and in fact, when our family moved from Grand Rapids to Michigan back in 1980 to find opportunities and education for the kids here, we lived in Santa Ana for 3 years. So it's going to be an exciting campaign. It's going to be very exciting to come back and reconnect with many friends and neighbors, and of course I have plenty of friends and relatives in Santa Ana as well.
What's your campaign team? Have you put one together yet, or is it?
We are in the process of doing that, and it's going to comprise of both local as well as national folks, and on top of that, we're going to have different advisors as well from various coalitions. So it's going to be a full-blown campaign, and it's going to take a lot of hard work. It's going to take a lot of coordination, but I believe that we have the wherewithal to do this.
How long do you think the exploratory period will last until you kind of kick into a
Well, we are hitting the ground running. Exploratory is determined, which obviously when you have yet to file. We in fact did file a form, an intent to create a committee. So, as you know, by next year, March, the spring of next year, that's when the petitions are circulated and the candidates are submitting their paperwork. That's when you really file. But we are, for all intent and purposes, are running.
Now, there's a 12-point registration gap in the 47th. I should say the Democrats have a 12-point registration advantage. I think it's 44% Democratic, 32 Republican, and about almost 20% decline to state. I think it's fair to say you'll need to narrow that gap.
Yes, indeed.
And can you give me an idea about how much you think it'll?
Well, the good news is that we have about a year and a half to do this, and of course we will do everything we can, and we already have plans set out to do exactly just that, and that is to narrow the registration gap. But if you just look at the registration gap alone, it does not really give you a true reflection of the voting pattern in this district. And it's very difficult to do an accurate polling survey in a district that is so diverse. It is so substantially comprised of new voters, relatively new voters compared to other districts. We have broken the numbers down, and I can tell you in a very general term that the numbers look very good, and it is definitely a winnable district for the Republican candidate when the issues are presented right and when we have good voter contact as well.
How much do you think it's going to ballpark cost to run a successful campaign against Loretta? She's a very prolific fundraiser. Traditionally, she's been giving her money away, but I imagine she'll be holding on to it.
Well, I'm sure that the Democratic National Committee, Congressional Committee, the DNCC, they've already targeted me and started to call me names and all of that. So I know that they're going to be pouring tons of money and resources into this race. We're hoping to match their resource. They are the majority party, and they also run the White House. So definitely, we have a lot of work for us. But what's helping us and what's on our side are the right issues, the right values, the values that truly reflect and represent the people of this district. And those issues and values will be highlighted during the campaign. And we will have enough resources to do that so that our voters will make the right decision and the right choice for the very first time. When within the last 7 campaigns, the last 7 cycles, congressional cycles, I don't believe that the incumbent really had a serious challenge yet. So I think it's healthy for our democratic process with a small d to have a robust debate on the issues, and we will we'll take the issues right to it.
Now, what are some issue areas you think are her weakness? I think you made a good point. I think it's a fair criticism that Loretta has contrived a blue dog conservative Democrat image that is at odds with her actual voting record in Washington D.C., but has lacked a vigorous challenge to illuminate voters.
It's very straightforward, and I'll keep it really short and it's not even going to be my opinion. For your readers and your viewers, just track down her voting record in Washington D.C. over the past 14 years with the things that she said down here at home, and you will see the differences night and day. So. Is it going to be her words or her deeds or her votes? That will tell the story.
Very good. Well, thank you, Van. Good luck. And is there any, if readers want to get involved, what should they do?
Well, thank you for once again giving me the opportunity to introduce myself. First time on Red County Live. And also for the opportunity to talk a little bit about and introduce about my candidacy and campaign. There's going to be a lot of work to be done within the next 18 months, and I'm going to need your help in terms of resources, in terms of volunteers, in terms of issues identification. We have a very excited and motivated team ready to go, and ready to campaign and retake this seat. It's going to be an exciting campaign, and definitely we'll be in touch with you once we set up all the details of the campaigns, the contact points and the contact person. We'll have all of that laid out in a very day soon to come.
Very good. Thank you, Van.
Thank you.
Take care.